Whitney Pipkin is tired of being discriminated against because she's a parent. Writing in the Washington Post, she tells of receiving extra scrutiny from her Airbnb hosts or getting sneered at for when she asks for a high chair at a restaurant only because she has a 2-year-old in tow. Let's call it what it is, she says, toddler discrimination, which she says is basically age discrimination, which of course it is, but is that so bad? Racial discrimination is obviously bad because people who share skin color don't necessarily share behavioral traits, but all babies spill things and make noise. If you don't want them in your restaurant, you should be able to say no. One person who proudly discriminates based on age is Johnny B. Barunas, owner of the auction house on the Upper East Side. He is, according to the New York Daily News, part of a growing movement of night spots that don't want millennials. Barunas says that before his new policy, quote, everybody was bar hopping in their flannel shirts with a beer in their hand and a backwards hat. We didn't want that crowd. We don't want 21-year-olds that can't handle liquor getting sick outside. Well, I'm sure the feeling is mutual. Young people wouldn't want to hang out at this Johnny Buzzkills anyway. And he's just doing them a service by being upfront about it. They know they're not welcome. Age discrimination. Everybody wins. That's it. Allie, let's take you back to your 21st birthday. Would you want to party with yourself?
No, definitely not. Not at all. I wouldn't. But I wouldn't want to go to a place where there were people older than me partying anyways. So I would party with younger people. I don't know why they're fighting to get into a higher aged place.
Oh, you don't like this idea?
I think it's okay. I don't know why the millennials are complaining about it. I just feel like millennials have so little to complain about that they're fighting to get into a place they don't even want to get into at this point.
Well, I think they're very sensitive. They don't like discrimination. McMorris, you're not old, but you seem like you have an old spirit.
Because I'm wearing a suit?
I don't know.
It's because
what I'm saying is, I think you're even younger than I think you are. You're a young guy, aren't you?
I'm 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's pretty young.
I just have children.
Yeah, that's right.
So I only want to go to places that don't allow children or anybody who is 25. I'm best of both worlds. Both of these establishments seem to have the right policies in place. And my favorite thing about the woman claiming toddler discrimination is the fact that she said my kid is very well behaved.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe it?
This woman is whining in a national publication. That kid probably weeps every moment of every meal.
Yeah.
If this woman is this whiny and she's raising this kid, I don't want to be anywhere near both of them.
Well, that's it. I mean, everybody thinks their kids are the best, don't they, Kennedy?
If you have to write about it, if you have to proclaim it, I agree with you completely. The kid's a nightmare. And frankly, do you really want to go somewhere you're not wanted? It's anxiety-inducing enough taking your child into a place, worrying about whether or not they're going to soil the linens. It's much better to be in places that have like plastic sheeting on the tables and picnic benches and food for kids where they'll be happy and entertained and kind of quiet and busy while you're throwing down the macaroni leftovers.
Yeah, doesn't it take care of itself?
I don't mean to use this show as a platform to launch my venture capital firm, but I want to start a restaurant, family restaurant, where you can beat your children with no decision.
Whoa, have you been to Red Lobster?
No judgment.
You can beat your wife and kid at Red Lobster.
With the lobster.
Like imagine it could be fine dining, but you're allowed to hit your kid, and everyone's like, yeah, that's it.
McMorris, the money is rolling in right now. You can't believe it.
Yeah, no,
the sub 25-year-old, that's what businesses should be allowed to do. We've taken that power away from them in this country, and we label everything some form of discrimination, so everyone is a targeted group. It's like, shut up, go to Williamsburg and drink PBR. Why do you want to drink $12 cocktails?
Well, that's the thing that drives me crazy. These people are acting like it's the only bar in the city. We have 4,200 bars. We have a bar every 3 feet.
Wait, there's more than one bar on the Upper East Side?
Oh, I know, right? It's so crazy. You get stopped by a cop on the Upper East Side. It's like, you drinking? You're like, no. He's like, here you go. You know, it's bad. It's ridiculous.
That joke killed in the tri-state area.
Dominate.
But the other problem with this is that the bartender who banned all the millennials said, oh, they drink too much Fireball and Red Bull and vodka. Why are you serving Red Bull if you're a mature establishment, or Fireball?
You're right.
So he invited it upon himself. He shouldn't have dressed that way if he wanted millennials to avoid.
You don't have to be 20 to enjoy Fireball.
But by the way, hey.
Kennedy likes her Fireball. Wow. She likes her rye too. Yeah.
That's right. I don't discriminate. And even if I did, that's my choice.